Governor Gumbel wanted to hire a smart man as his advisor. He had finally selected 3 out of many applicants. He told the 3 men that he had 5 hats, 3 white and 2 green. He explained that he would place a hat on each man's head. The first man who could say the color of his hat and explain how he arrived at the answer would get the job. When the hats were placed, the first man looked at the others and said he didn't know the answer. The second man looked at the first and third men and said he couldn't figure it out either. The third man, who was blind, stated the color of his hat and explained how he knew. What color was the blind man's hat, and how did he know it? The blind man's hat was white. He explained, "It was evident that the first man didn't see 2 green hats. If he had, he would have known his own hat was white since there are only 2 green hats. The second man also knew that the first man didn't see 2 green hats. If he had looked at my hat and seen it was green, he would have known his own hat was white since the first man didn't see 2 green hats. Since he didn't know the color of his own hat, I can deduce that my hat must be white." 3 men are competing for the hand of Miss Mary Gracewood. Mary likes smart men, but cannot determine who is the smartest. She proposes a test. Mary paints a mark on each man's forehead and tells them that they either have a blue or red mark on their forehead. She asks them to raise their hand if they see that any of the other 2 have a blue mark. The first one who can say the color of his own mark and explain how he arrived at the answer will win her hand. All 3 men raise their hands, and a little while later, one of the men says he has the answer. What color was the winner's mark, and how did he know it? Since all 3 men raised their hands, the winner knew that there were only 2 possibilities. It must be either 2 blue and 1 red mark, or 3 blue marks. If there was a red mark, the 2 men with blue marks would see both a red and blue mark. They would immediately know that their own mark was blue because all 3 raised their hands. The smartest man deduced that since nobody answered right away, all 3 marks must be blue,